Okay, the Dark Brotherhood is out of the way, and I am quite happy and a bit wealthier for doing it. Now I focus on the work that the Royal Guard Captain Tianius Deletian has been offering me, all in the guise of being able to hopefully see the king for this woman, Shani, whom I hope to impress. I don't plan to harm the king, even though he hired the Dark Brotherhood to have me assassinated, but I am curious as to why he wanted this done. I was never a threat to this Mer, and it makes little sense to me. While it did cost me some sleep, in the end the attacks actually enriched my coin purse somewhat, especially in my early days in Vardenfell, when there were times where I had to sell potions just to afford a Silt Strider. Mournhold is, well, it's not quite what I envisioned. It's a wonderful wide open place with beautiful architecture, almost like it's right out of a storybook that I read as a boy. That Moira is right. I can hardly believe it. I wish Vivek looked like this place. Vivek? Pales in comparison. It's ugly, confusing, and in many cases cramped going down those hallways. As long as we are here, I will try and enjoy my time, but I cannot fully relax since there are two things going on back in Vardenfell that have my attention and concern. Dagoth Ur, of course, and my friend Julan. I cannot take too long here as I, the Nerevarine, am needed elsewhere. A temple informant. Tianius Deletian, Helseth's captain of the guard, says there are rumors of discontent in the temple. He wants me to go to Amalexia's temple, look for someone discontented, listen sympathetically, and find out whether the temple is willing to accept King Helseth or whether the temple plans to act against him. Since helping the king
Justice never
anymore, is the only way to possibly get to see him that I can think of, and I have no choice. I guess I can always go back and forget about the date with Shani. It's an extended date. The temple is to the north. So, what do you think of the Dark Brotherhood? Little boys who wear black and hide in sewers aren't nearly as scary as we are. Okay. What do you have to say about Dagoth Ur? Talk to the wise woman or Julan if you want to know the old stories about the war. I don't know how much is true, and I don't care. All I know is that Dagoth Ur makes the Blight, and the Blight killed my mother. Oh, sorry to hear that. Didn't know that. I've been having disturbing dreams from Dagoth Ur. Speak to a wise woman. They know the lore of dreams. What do you know about Hortator? You have to be a war leader for all the houses too? Why? Can't we just ignore that bit of the prophecy? It's stupid. So what do you say about what I've been going around asking everybody about King Lethen's death? I don't know, I wasn't there. But probably Helseth killed him. That's what royalty do when they want someone else's place, isn't it? It's not a good thing. It shouldn't be accepted. Have you ever been to the Ghost Gate? That's where you found Julan, isn't it? Getting beaten up by Clanfears? Ha! I wish I could have seen that. I threw myself into that fight to save his life. And the ghost fence overall? On clear nights I can see it glowing. It used to make me feel safe, but not anymore. The monsters come anyway. I think you hit it right on the head there. It's exactly when the tribunal should have noticed and done something about it. And if Vivek, Amalexia, you have to be quiet, South of Sill had any integrity, they would have dealt with it. Instead, I have to deal with it. I've heard the latest rumors. I only know about things that happen in the tribe. Numu had the baby, but it died. Both Dutadok's sons went to the city to look for work, even the cute one. Kassi's favorite Gwar got collywobbles and destroyed 3 yurts before Rakim killed it, and now Kassi won't speak to Rakim. Vivek, I can't think of any news that's not depressing. Oh, Minabi got in trouble with Sinamu. That was really funny. I thought so, anyway. Got in trouble with Sinamu. I don't know who that is. Can you tell what little advice for me? Advice? Nobody ever asks me for advice. You're so funny. She laughs, but looks pleased anyway. Can you tell me about Morrowind? I've lived here all my life. It's okay. She shrugs. You know any Morrowind lore you can share with me? You're asking me? I don't know about things. Ask the wise woman. That's what she's for. What do you know about Nerevar? Do you really believe you're his reincarnation? Vivek, that's so weird. Can I see the ring again? Sure, right here. I pull it out and show it to her, but I'm not wearing it. Not here in Mournhold. What about the Nerevarine? You, Nerevarine? This is amazing. I never believed Julian, but this feels different. There's something in your eyes. You look as if you've seen things most people will never understand. Maybe you really are the Incarnate. I think I brought this up with you before. What about the Nerevarine prophecies? I hate prophecies. I'm glad there aren't any about me. I'd go and do the opposite, just to spite them. Well, that would mean helping Dagoth, so I don't think that's going to happen. Can you tell me about Red Mountain? I hate that stupid volcano. It's given us nothing but evil and death. I can see why you say that. And the Royal Guard here, what do you think of them here in Mournhold? Are those the ones in red? Yes. What services are there in your Ashlander camp? You'll find the smith Bowles in Dallin at Craftsman Hall in Godsreach. Oh, you're talking about here in Mournhold. Along with several other fine craftsmen, there's a healer and an imperial altar in the royal palace. Go to the temple for temple services. Otherwise, most trainers, crafters, and merchants are in the Great Bazaar. Did you overhear a bunch of people saying that? So, what do you know about Solsheim? I don't know any more about it than you do. I know practically nothing about it. I know that there's some settlement to the south by the Empire, and they're trading. I think there's a lot of ebony to be found there, but half the island's ice, the northern half, and it's a pretty wild place. Pretty much all Nords live there. That's all I know. Don't know anything more about it, though I do know that the trees are different. They're more kind of like what they are back in Cyrodiil. And going up into Skyrim. Large trees. Evergreens. Okay, so tell me about somebody in particular. Amalexia, Our Lady of Mercy, dwells in the temple. Her steward, Fedris Fleur, and the Lord Archcanon, Gavus Drin, also reside in the temple. King Hlalu Helseth and his mother, Queen Baranzai, live in the royal palace. Tienius Delitian is captain of the royal guard. It's a big city. If there's someone else you want, you ask around. Yeah, well, I already gained... I don't know about Fedris Fleur. Who's Fedris Fleur? Her steward. So, Amalexia. So this is what you've heard. Specific place. What can you tell me? You're in the temple courtyard now. South is the royal palace. To the southwest is Godreach. To the southeast is the Great Bazaar. The Plaza Brindisi Dorum is south of the royal palace, either through the palace or from Godreach or the Great Bazaar. Yeah, I'm aware of all that. Talon Vandas. Who's that? Someone else Helseth got rid of? Kings are so busy. Yeah, that was supposed to be the heir. And he was killed too. I think Helseth did those things. What terrible mistake were you talking about? Julian would be dead if not for you. Thank you. What do you think about thoughtful gifts to the tribes, the Ashlander tribes? A gift for me? Why would you do such a thing? What is it? Actually, I don't think I have anything you'd like. I don't understand. So you don't have a present for me after all? Well, we'll get one. This is the Amalexia's temple. Oh, that is a huge door.
I clean this temple, Sarah. Mind you keep it that way.
Okay. I don't know where to go. I suppose maybe you would know something about this place. This temple is clean as Amalexia's conscious, Sarah, and mind you keep it that way. I take it you clean this place. I am Granny Varys, caretaker. Have you heard about any discontent in the temple? These are difficult times with much suffering. There are enemies all around, yes. There is discontent, but our faith in Amalexia, mother of all, heals and sustains us. Okay. You think she heals and sustains you. Hello. Ah, you're the one who has recently arrived in Mournhold from Vardenfell. I was told of your arrival. I understand you had some problems with the Dark Brotherhood. An interesting group, and usually rather effective. I'm surprised you're still alive. Perhaps you have potential, or they sent incompetence. I believe you might be of service to Our Lady. What have you heard about the Dark Brotherhood here? Yes, an interesting group. Effective, fear, and mystery are powerful tools for them. There have been kings that have been rumored to utilize their services, but that is only rumor, of course. Yes, only rumor. Okay, have you heard about any discontent in the temple? These are difficult times with much suffering. There are enemies all around. Yes, there is some discontent, but our faith in Amalexia, mother of all, heals and sustains us. Can you tell me about Amalexia? The Lady Amalexia resides here in the High Temple. We in Morrowind all live under her protection. She's right here, huh? I haven't seen Vivek up in Vivek, the city. Perhaps I can see Amalexia, I'm not sure. But, what is your background? Who are you? You may call me Fedra Slur. What I do is my own affair. Oh, okay. What service to Our Lady can I be? I am always aware of those who might be able to serve Our Lady Amalexia. Few are worthy to do so. The temple in the city is guarded by the High Ordinators, and the hands fulfill other duties for the Lady. I am her chief steward, Fedra Slur. Now, if you wish to be of use, we have some matters to discuss. Okay, what matters? Perhaps you have already met young King Helseth, a foul man, unworthy to sit on a throne. Still, he holds right of succession. The lady must keep an ever-watchful eye on this king, though lest he do something that would be detrimental to the temple, our fair city, or perhaps all of Morrowind. Currently, there are concerns about some new recruits that Helseth seems to be training. So you view him suspiciously. What new recruits are you talking about? Standing army is nothing new in the city, though it is largely unnecessary. Morrowind is protected by her walls from the outside, and by Our Lady Amalexia from within. None would dare mount an attack here. Still, tradition dictates that the king maintain an army. We believe that Helseth is raising quite a different sort of army. A goblin army. Goblins? I didn't think there were goblins here in Morrowind. Foul, vicious creatures. No wonder Helseth has chosen them to be his foot soldiers. I know that the goblins are being trained nearby, though not where exactly. Ask around the city about goblins. Someone will know. I wish for you to find the location of a goblin training area. When you do, kill the war chiefs. There should be 2. Sever the head of this army, and the rest will shatter like a scrib. You might rid the city of their 2 Altmer trainers as well. Complete this task, and the lady will be pleased. The Altmer trainers. Traditionally, the Altmer have used the goblins to reinforce their armies. Why, I do not know. Rumor has it that Helseth has contracted 2 Altmer to train his goblin army. If you find these Altmer, it would be a service to rid the city of them as well. I take it you don't look too kindly upon King Helseth. Our new young king. He is ruthless, and not foolish, as some would have you believe. He has some of his mother's political savvy, and he has all of his father's ruthlessness. Okay. What are the hands? These people that help Amalexia? They are the servants to Our Lady Amalexia. When something must be done in her name, the hands are her instruments. They are the strongest, most pious, and most loyal of all the lady's followers. Oh. Okay.
Whatever you want.
Kind of like a super ordinator.
Amalexia knows and sees.
Justice never sleeps. Almsevi watch over you. Have you heard about these Altmer trainers? Trainers? I'm not even certain there are goblins about, though there are rumors. I suppose if there were trainers, they'd be close by the goblins. Makes sense, don't you think? It would. I was going to ask you about discontent in the temple. Have you heard anything about the discontent with the king? These are difficult times with much suffering. There are enemies all around. Yes, there's discontent. Okay, I've heard that. Thank you. I don't even know where to go, but... Does this lead to her? Well, I've been in presence of Azura. I've never been in presence of any of the tribunal. But I shouldn't be nervous about it. Oh, this reminds me of Vivek. None may enter the High Chapel unless summoned by the goddess Amalexia. Why did I just know that? Did she impart that into my mind?
Amalexia knows and sees. Yes?
Hello.
What?
Oh, hello.
What do you want?
Have we met? I'm Erval Dulny, a recent initiate here in the temple. Okay, well you basically just told me everything about yourself. What do you think of King Lethen's death? They say he died of old age. Maybe so. Dumber live a long time, but they also know how to keep their mouths shut. What about discontent in the temple? Okay, so... Talk to him for a little bit. Convince him that I'm someone trustworthy. Have you heard about any discontent in the temple with the king? No, he just tells me the same thing. Okay, could you move, please? Thank you.
Grace and mercy upon you.
What
In
does
her
he
name,
think
Sarah.
he is, anyway?
Are you here to serve the temple by performing duties, curate, or have you come for something else? You have duties for me? I have heard that you claim to be the Navarrene. I'm not sure what to think about this, but I do not trust you, and I will not give you any duties. Okay. Anyways, have you heard about any discontent in the temple? These are difficult times, yes. I think I was...
Yes.
I
What?
was just talking to you.
What do you want?
I don't know who to talk to about this. There must be somebody I can talk to. I can't see the king, I can't see Alexia, everybody's hiding behind their doors. Hello. Snilrilvain, you claim to be the Navarrene. You defy the temple's doctrine. The Order of the Watch calls you an agent of the Emperor and an outlaw. You belong to the temple, so we owe you courtesy and a warning, but others may not be so polite, and may choose weapons instead of speech. I'm aware of this, but I am actually quite well regarded within the temple as well. Have you heard of any discontent in the temple with the king? I am a faithful believer, but Alexia makes me uneasy. For the last 50 years, the tribunal stopped walking among us, stopped listening and speaking with us. This worried me and made me sad. Were our gods abandoning us? Were they growing weak? But since Alexia has lately come among us again, I feel more worry, not less. Her face glows brightly with hope and power, but her words seem dark and bitter. Ask about the temple and King Helseth. Helseth has murdered King Lethen and stolen his crown. It does not matter that King Lethen was a fool. He was our fool. So long as the puppet king was a joke, we all could laugh and ignore him. Helseth is not a fool, and no one is laughing. If Helseth seeks in earnest to be king, then Alexia and the temple are sworn in earnest to destroy him. Why? I thought... That doesn't make any sense. So obviously you don't believe that... You believe that he did kill King Lethen? May his spirit rest among his ancestors, but he was king in name only. The Dunmer do not, and never have, submitted to the kings like Westerners, regardless of what the Empire says.
It's another perfect day in Mournhold.
Interesting. Well, I believe I got what I wanted to. This is not going to make him happy. He's never going to come out of his way. Why, if he seeks to be king in earnest, that Alexia is sworn to destroy him? What does in earnest mean exactly?
Yes?
I don't know.
What's your story?
Does that mean pushing the boundaries of his rule? Which door leads quickest to the throne?
Good for the Empire, good for all.
Legion Depot. Okay. This does not lead directly there. And I've already forgot which way to go. It's Legion Depot. Shani. Thank you. Basement. I don't think... Oh yes, I did actually go in here once. Not that it's really exciting down here. There's no one to... It's all lit up and there's no one down here. Interesting. It's a way into the sewers. Which could be exactly where the Goblin Army is. Could very well be right underneath the palace. Okay, I wasn't aware that it went up this high. Oh. Hello. Yes, Snilrilvain. Is this an official matter? Yes, it is. Have you discovered a temple informant? I have. Gelsa Andrano speaks her mind, and from what you say, sounds sincere. You handled her well. The temple seems to recognize that King Helseth will not be content to be a puppet like King Lethen, and plans to act against us. Very good work. Sunil Relvain. The king will hear of your loyal service. Now you can help us with another matter. King Helseth is concerned about possible disloyalty among the guards. Okay, tell me about this. I've replaced many of the former king's guards with more reliable men, but I had to keep some experienced guards, and I can't be certain of their loyalties. I will pretend you wish to join the royal guards. That's your excuse for talking to the guards, sounding them out, and looking for evidence of disloyalty. If you find any hint of treason or evidence of disloyalty, report it to me. Take no action, report to me, and I will judge what action is appropriate. What guards are you wanting me to go question? It's your judgment I'm testing, not mine. Talk to them yourself. Form your own conclusion. I'll take care of it. Good. If you find evidence of disloyalty among the guards, bring it to me. Still, I cannot see...
The king's health to you, Sarah.
Still can't see the king. Well, I might as well start here. That look she gives me is very intense. He says nothing. Hello? I'd like to join the royal guards. My father had the honor to serve King Helseth and Queen Baronzaya in Wayrest. My family has served the queen for 3 generations. I don't know your qualifications, but I presume you've satisfied Tienius Deletian, or we wouldn't be talking. Okay. I'm going to ask about King Helseth. It is my honor to serve King Helseth and Queen Baronzaya. Morrowind is lucky to have him, if you want my opinion. Okay. Well, you know what? Everybody here probably knows is probably the most loyal guards, and the ones in his bedroom. But I'm gonna go ask around other royal guards that I see.
Justice never sleeps. Justice never sleeps.
I'm an officer of the Imperial Law. Move along. Okay. I don't... These are low-ranking royal guards. I'm gonna have to go ask other ones. Not of consequence. So
For king and emperor.
It was just royal guards, right? But the loyalties of some of the royal guards, okay. So the imperial soldiers, I'm not part of this.
For king and emperor.
Yes, I've heard that. I just want to see the king.
Justice never sleeps.
Justice doesn't move either. You know what? I'm going to actually go and question... Change my mind. The other guards in the throne room. Hello? I'd like to join the royal guards. What did Tienius Delitian send you to me for? If he wants you to be a royal guard, then you'll be a royal guard. Nothing to do with me. How do I like it? You think I was born yesterday? My mom didn't teach me to blabber to strangers, so old King Lethen was a bit of a fool, but he was good to me. And King Helseth is no fool. He's got to keep some experienced men like me around. All these new fellows like you, someone's got to teach them their business, because they don't know it. What about King Helseth? I'm going to ask about King Lethen. You hear folks say old King Lethen was a fool. Well, folks should keep their mouths shut. Maybe he was a fool, but lots of folks are fools. Maybe he had no business being a king, but that's what he was. So folks should show some respect to the old fellow. Well, what do you think about King Helseth? It is an honor to serve. It is my honor to serve King Helseth and Queen Baronzaya. That's right. Just what I said, an honor. That sounds a little bit suspicious. Huh. Just notice the only way you can tell he's a Dunmer is by seeing the color of his neck to the back of his armor.
Long live the king.
Hello? An officer of the Imperial Law. Move along. No. Sorry. I'd like to join the Rail Guards. I don't care if Tienius Delitian thinks you're qualified. That's fine with me. How do I like being in the Guard? I'm new here and haven't formed an opinion, but I know and trust Tienius Delitian and expect he'll do right by me. So you do like... What do you think about King Lethen? Don't know anything about him. I'm new here. What about King Helseth? I bet he makes a bad enemy. Hard to tell what he's thinking, but if I do my job right, I know Tienius Deletian will take care of me. Interesting. There's another guard here. Is it you that moved? I'm an officer of the Imperial Law. Move along. So I'd like to join the Royal Guards. I've had worse jobs. Tienes Deletian knows what he's doing. He's offered me a position, and I took it. Deletian is a hard ass, but he's fair. I got no complaints. So what about King Lethen? He's dead. He doesn't matter. What about King Helseth? King Lethen was a joke king. King Helseth is a real king. I like to be on the winning side, and King Helseth looks like winning to me. I've already spoken to him. When I asked Luvian Arano about the King Helseth, he delivered what sounded like a memorized and not very sincere sounding speech. Maybe he's just not very bright, but maybe he's just not a very good liar. I don't know if there's any other guards.
Long live the king!
This could be all the guards. I know there's one in Queen Baronzia's room, but I'm pretty sure he would be a trusted one. It's an official matter. I've found something. So, Elvulian Arano delivered a memorized and not very sincere sounding speech about King Helseth. Well, Elvulian Arano is not very bright. It's not necessary evidence of disloyalty, but follow up on it. There may be more. Really? I'm not sure what to ask him. What do you think of Tienes Deletian? He's a captain of the guard. You'll find him in the throne room. That's where we are right now. What do you think about the Royal Guard? I am the Royal Guard. What can I do for you? So, King Lethen's... I think I already brought this up with you, but... He was an old man. He wasn't going to live forever. So about joining the Royal Guards... I'm going to mention my Hlalu connections. I'm going to lie about it. Oh, really? Does Tienes Deletian know that? Did you talk to Eleri Aaron? You should tell her that your house Hlalu, really, but don't tell Tienes Deletian. Just tell Eleri Aaron. Who is Eleri Aaron? That sounds like a woman's name. Such a point of me telling to Eleri Aaron about my Hlalu connections. He also made a point, special point of my not telling Tienes Deletian. Who is Ararius... Eleri Aaron. Well, that sounds to me like a Dunmer name. And it's not one of you guys. And it's not the two guards up there. I can't go into the king's bedchambers. I can't go in to see the queen mother though.
Justice never sleeps.
Ranking royal guard.
Approach and be
It would be
recognized by
very
the
ironic if you had the real Baronzia book opened on your book. Lusana, hello. What do you want? I'd like to join the Royal Guards. I was with Prince Helseth back west. King Helseth, I mean, it's an honor to serve His Majesty and Her Majesty. I didn't know we needed any new guards, but that's up to Tienes Deletian. Okay, so... What did you think about King Lethen? 9 blessings for the old man. Pity, but we all come to it in the end. What about King Helseth? A great man, and his mother is a great woman. They've had some tough luck back west, but I think that's all over. With his mother to counsel him, I think Helseth will be a great leader here in Morrowind. I need to find this person he was talking about. Oh yeah, you're in the way. Everybody's in the way. Let's go find this Eleri Aaron. I found you. You are a woman. What do you want? I'd like to join the Royal Guards. I've been a Royal Guard all my life, and so was my mother and her mother. I served King Lethen for many years, and now I'll serve King Helseth. Long live the king, and long live the Emperor. It's none of my business, of course, but why do you want to be a guard? You look like you've done well enough for yourself as an adventurer. So what about King Lethen? What about him? He was what he was. He was a king and my noble lord, and I served him faithfully. What about King Helseth? It is my honor to serve King Helseth and Queen Baronzia. I'm going to mention my Hlalu connections. He what? Uvelin Arano told you to tell me about your Hlalu connections and told you not to tell Tienes Deletian? I have no idea what that's all about. Are you sure you heard him right? He's not the brightest star in the sky. He gets confused sometimes. I wouldn't worry about it. I'll talk to Uvelin Arano later when I get a chance. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. Work this out in my journal. I spoke to Eleri Aaron about my Hlalu connections, like Avulin Arano suggested. Eleri Aaron acted like she didn't know what he was talking about. I suspect Avulin Arano said something to me that he shouldn't have, and Eleri Aaron was covering up for him. Still, it doesn't quite mean that much. It could just be a misunderstanding. This is the way I came in.
Never sleeps.
This is all I have to go on. Okay, so let's go speak to the captain again.
The king's health to you, Sarah.
It's an official matter, of course. Have you found any evidence of disloyalty among the guards? So you spoke to Larry Aaron about your Hlalu connections, as Uvelin Arano suggested, and Larry Aaron acted like she didn't know what he was talking about. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps Larry Aaron was covering up for Uvelin Arano. See if you can find some more tangible evidence of disloyalty, something in writing perhaps. Uvelin Arano seems to be the weak link. Take a careful look at his possessions in the guard quarters, but be careful don't get caught or you'll be attacked like a common thief. Alright. Seems pretty clear what I must do. The problem is I don't know which one is his.
You want something? Justice never sleeps.
Thank you for that. I haven't heard that one before. I've heard it all my life. Locked. Shoes. Close it. Oh, this says Larry Aaron's chest. Cards everywhere. This says Novella Drowan's chest. I need Uvelin.
Well,
I don't know where it is, actually. I just actually went through it, but there's a note there. Handwritten note. A curious copy of guard duty rosters for the past several weeks. The handwriting is tiny and almost illegible, with frequent misspellings, but three names are always correctly spelled. Mivella Dralin, Avulin Arano, and Larry Aaron. And those watches, when all three are the only guards in the throne room, have been underlined twice. Mivella Dralin. The last one to be found.
I can afford it, the cheap fetcher.
Mivella Dralin's. That's just gold here. Okay. I don't think that there's anything else here. I don't see any other note. I should actually take that note. Yep, the weak link was the Dunmer.
so you want something?
What do you want with me?
Wrong way.
The king's health to you, Sarah.
King's health to you. Official matter. Yes, I found more evidence of disloyalty. This is Uvelin's Arano's handwriting on the note you found. He notes that the watches when Drelin, Aaron, and Arano are the only guards in the throne room. I believe I'll change the watch schedules to prevent that, and I'll need to keep a close eye on all three. Very shrewd work, Snow Rovang. You brought me clear evidence of disloyalty among the guards. Now I need your help finding evidence of conspiracy against King Helseth among the Hlalu nobles. Okay, what am I doing now? The old king's Hlalu supporters haven't accepted King Helseth's accession to the throne with good grace. Maybe they think that another candidate, a Hlalu candidate, for example, would be better. Maybe they have some plans to express such a preference. If so, I doubt they would be candid about it, but maybe you should search Lethen Manor for documents, diaries, or other tangible evidence of such plans. What defenses do they have at Lethen Manor? If you have to depend on me for such information, you may not be that useful to me. You could let me know if there's anything of note. I'll take care of it. Good. If you find evidence of conspiracy, bring it to me. I will.